Yes, actually, we would have been fucking happy. God damn, I hate that motherfucker. I'm back with another drunk reaction, and today I'm drinking the rest of this Tennessee Fire I tested in the previous episode. So now we're into episode 11 of The Sopranos, and we're on the downstroke of season 1. Still not really seeing a unifying factor. I feel about this the way I do season 1 of Better Call Saul, in that this has been very episodic. I was expecting more of a season-long mythology, when it's been kind of Chrissy's being a bitch. Now the FBI are investigating this. Now, Junior's worried about sucking pussy. Now we're worried about, and I'm not doing these in order because I'm remembering them out of order, but now we're worried about, like, should Junior be in charge? And, Frankie's dead, and, just, it's been like a different story every episode rather than like an overriding story, Maybe later seasons go into that, like have that scenario. But so far it's been a little haphazard. And most season ones are, like I said, the same thing about season 1 of Better Call Saul. A lot of shows, like the first season, is like that. Supernatural is sure as hell like that. Then they start doing the season-long arcs after that. So, I don't know. We'll see. We're in the last 3 episodes, so it'll be interesting to see if anything starts coming to a point, or if it's just going to be episodic all the way through the end of the season. If I was to guess, I would think it's going to be the latter. It's just going to be episodic. But we'll just have to see. Now, you know what I've never done is chair dancing with a drink in my hands. That's some precarious shit, boy. It's a full-ass drink, too. This is precarious fuck. I might be smelling like alcohol the rest of the fucking day, which would piss me off. Like, I may be a drunk, but I don't like smelling like a drunk. Having the hand up like this when you chair dance is mandatory, apparently. It's what I do, right?
Go see if Dr. Mop and Glow is still here.
Dr. Mop and
Dr.
Glow.
Mop and Glow. Who?
Don't worry, he's a real doctor.
Yeah, I'm dubious.
I don't need no doctor. It's just my back.
Might as well be having a heart attack. I think I'd rather have a heart attack than a bad back. Dad had a bad back. It wasn't a pretty sight. But if I'd be walking around like this and shit, it's like, it just bent, like, leaning forward and shit. It's like, God, you couldn't help but laugh. And you'd be in all this pain and you'd be laughing like a dick. Because kids are assholes, right? That's something you don't really see anymore. Unless they're doing like 48 hours earlier. You don't really see shit like that. Oh, it's 4 days later.
What?
Can't run with a bad back. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker. Jesus Christ, man. If you run, you only get arrested tired.
Oh, push. Oh. Your ears must be ringing. Come on, run.
Yeah, we were just talking shit about you.
You guys are fucking right.
Man, he is fucked up, man. Poor bastard.
And how's it doing, Van? What do you think?
I thought we understood each other, right? I don't give 2 shits about you or your family. What are you taking up to me? Now, what's so important?
You know what this was, motherfucker?
I'm sorry. Hey, Vin, how you doing? What do you got for me?
His little feelings are hurt. Okay, so I use a very cheap webcam program to record these videos. I don't have the money for anything more fancy. Like, at some point I want to get an actual webcam with devoted software, something that's just better and not glitchy. But I don't have the money for that yet. I've only had the money for better sound. I think better sound is the first and the most crucial part of any kind of homemade video or audio production. You need good sound. Then you need good video, but the good video comes second, in my opinion. But anyway, so the cheap one I'm using right now has been very glitchy. So every now and then, like, I'll see something where I'll hang and, like, I'll see a hand movement, and the hand movement will freeze. And then 3 seconds later, it'll snap over to where I am right now. Once I see that, I know to stop, because what that means is, from that point forward, my lip sync's going to be fucked. And it took me a while. If you look at my earliest videos on this channel, you'll see sometimes my lip sync is off. It's because of that, because I didn't know this. It took me a while to realize, okay, what the fuck just happened? So now I monitor it, because it'll be smooth movement, right? If it's not smooth, then that means that, it's glitching. I need to stop and start recording again. That's one of the glitches. But today, just now doing episode 11 of Sopranos, I noticed a second glitch. Because every now and then I'll move my mouse over, and you guys can't see me do this, but I'm doing it. I move my mouse over, and I look at the time code to make sure that the amount of time on here is the same as the amount of time on the video that I'm watching. That they generally match. It usually be a few minutes off because I do an intro first, right? So this will say that's better. This will say 27 minutes, and in my video that I'm watching will say like 24 minutes, So that's what I do. Well, I noticed that when I just happened to do that this time, it said 8.5 minutes. And I was like, but I'm 22 minutes into the episode. What the fuck? And that's when I realized, and it was still on, it was still recording, but it's recording like one frame a minute or some shit. It slowed to a fucking crawl. Like, I've never seen it like that. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. So I closed it, rebooted my computer because it may be a buffer issue. Who knows? I hadn't rebooted my computer in a few days, so I figured that could be what it was. Then when the computer came back on, I looked at the video file, and I watched through the 8.5 minutes, and everything seemed to be fine. Up until it just stops, like at 8.5 minutes. So what this means for you guys is, I've got a normal reaction for the first 8.5 minutes, but of course, 3 minutes of that's the intro. So then I've got a normal reaction for the first part of the episode. And then, I've already seen the next 20 minutes of the episode, because I didn't notice, I noticed it's at the start of the scene with Tony and Paulie is when I, happened to swing over and I noticed at the start of the scene, I was like, what the fuck is that? I was looking at it, then I stopped the video and shit, so, that's where I'm going to pick up my reaction. So there's 12, 15 minutes there that I've already seen. And I want to make a few comments on it. So this is going to be a weird video. We're going to have the normal intro and reaction up until a certain part of the episode. Then what I'm going to do, I'm now going to make some comments, which I'll edit in between. And then I'll make some comments on some things because there's no reason to watch it twice, Then, at the point where I hadn't seen it anymore, I'm going to start a normal reaction again. So, what can we do? I'm not going to fake a reaction, So, this is what it is. The first thing it is, I took a screenshot of this. And of course, you'll see this reaction later, because I've actually reacted through this. But I just want to make a note of this, because my theory is the cop is lying about pussy. That's my theory I've developed for the first 20 minutes of this episode. There's something about the way he's looking here. Something here. They showed this for a reason. There's something going on here. And I don't know what it is. But, I think this is, some subtle clue that he's dirty and, he's fucking with him, So, that's the first thing. And she may have even been involved because she was looking at pussy in a weird way, too. Then she comes over to him, puts a hand on his shoulder, and then fucking walks past him, and he's still staring at pussy. So maybe this is when he gets the idea. I don't know what the hell his game is. We won't know what his motivation is till later, if I'm right. If I'm right, moving forward, we have the scene where, he's talking about, the cops actually telling him he's wearing a wire and the whole thing, he was at my wedding and all this stuff. So we saw that. Then there's a whole, and I don't know if it recorded this far, but I would just, in case it didn't, I want to note here. I fucking love Paulie. What I was talking about when this was happening was, I love Paulie. Paulie's fucking, the scene where they're having a party and Paulie comes up to him talking about pussy hadn't collected the money in a week. And he told him, just the way he was talking was fucking hilarious. So he was telling him, it might be psychosomatic and shit, Paulie's just the best. I could literally, I mentioned this at the time, I could listen to this motherfucker. And I see now the time code is actually 10 minutes, so there's no way it recorded this far. So, yeah, this is new information for you guys. I could listen to Paulie talk about anything. To do this I don't know what it is about him, man. He's got a vibe. He's got a way he talks. I don't know how. Out of something. There's something in the way this dude operates. I just fucking love it. I can watch him do anything. Paulie's my favorite character. He really is. He is fucking awesome. He's hilarious. Then we have the scene where, the doctor tells him it might be psychosomatic. I didn't have a whole lot to say with that. I don't think. Not that I remember. Then he has another conversation with the cop. And it doesn't go too well either. And I paused to hear where the cap's just talking about degenerate gambler with the badge, huh? I think this could be it. He just doesn't feel respected. We were talking about respect in the previous episode. Maybe the reason why the cop could be doing this to him is he doesn't feel respected. Or maybe a rival gang, like maybe even the gangster rappers from the previous episode, kind of want to hurt them somehow. You know, the problem is when you want to send a message, the message does no good unless you know who the message is from. So you have to be overt about it. So I don't know. I'm spitballing here, but maybe like this is how he's paying off one of his debts by setting a pussy somehow. So I'm very hard leaning. Now it's possible that pussy could be guilty. Like maybe he is. I'm leaning on it being less obvious than that the cops set him up. That's my theory right now. Okay, let's see. Then we have, oh my god. So I'm glad I don't have to watch this shit twice. The fucking miserable cunt of mother. So we have the scene with, the Tony's wife, Camilla, and the mother. And again, like, she was, oh, woe is me, nobody loves me. And then there was the whole thing, and I really hate that this got lost, right? Because I had a great reaction where I just, like, because it never crossed my mind she'd be fucking Junior. Never once crossed my mind. And she accused Camilla of thinking that. I'm like, it didn't cross my mind. It didn't cross Camilla's mind. Didn't cross Tony's mind. It's crossed nobody's fucking mind. You're a delusional bitch, right? And then I went off on her because she kept bringing it up, right? I said, nobody fucking thinks that you're fucking Junior, right? But see, my honest reaction in the moment was better. Like, I was fucking pissed. Right? So, like, I went the fuck off on her. And that's been lost to the ages, so that kind of pisses me off. But yeah, she's a delusional cunt, Miserable delusional cunt. And then I also commented about the fact that, like, I really enjoyed not seeing her in the last episode. I would enjoy not seeing her in every episode, So, I mentioned that. Okay, let's see. Then Tony goes over to visit Pussy. And they had a great joke, and again, I hate that we lost this, where he talks about, I hear you're studying astronomy. He's like, no, man, I'm studying business. He said, yeah, well, your old man said you're taking up space in college. I had never heard that joke. I'm sure it's an old joke. It's being played as one of these old jokes people tell all the time, right? But I had never heard that shit. I thought that shit was funny. I'm going to remember that. Like, I might use that against somebody at some point. Okay, I'm going to cue it up at the very start of the scene where Tony or Polly joins him. I got like a minute into the scene, not very far into it. The last thing I said before I looked over was, I was wondering, and this is just a general question, because like I said, I've only been drinking a couple years. The bottles at the bars, and they've got it here, they show it here, they've got that little fucking nozzle thing at the top into the bar, and they reuse it into the bottle, they reuse it. And I'm not sure exactly what that is for. Is it to keep it, like when you pour it into a glass of ice, is it to keep it from spilling somehow? Like if it's a wider stream, because I notice when I pour with the bottle, sometimes the stream will hit the ice and some will spill out. Is that what it's for? Is it to keep it from hitting the ice and spilling out, like you can direct it better? Where, like, there's no chance to spill it? I don't actually know. I'll probably look it up later because I'm just, like, innocently curious about shit like that. But that was the last thing I mentioned that I remember. So I think we're good to go now.
Fucking traffic. I would have been here 20 minutes ago.
Like I said, I love anything he talks about is hilarious, man. I love this dude.
You okay?
Hell no, I ain't okay. I said that the first episode. We're at the point now where, like, everything from here on is new.
Pussy. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Our pussy? Don't know how long. Are you sure?
Get the fuck out of here. Our pussy? No,
not enough to do what needs to be done.
That's what I'm saying. He's fucking family.
Fucking dreaming here. Been walking in the walls all week.
I love Paulie. We're like, man, you'd better be 100% sure, man. You better get that other 10% surety. He's fucking family.
I'll do it.
He's a gangster, man. Gangster Paulie.
We need to be 110% sure.
Goddamn right. That other 20%. I don't even care that doesn't make mathematical sense.
I want you to see that fucking wire.
You're fucking right, man. He's family, man.
See it.
You're goddamn right.
You hear me?
That extra 10% and then a 10% on top of it. You better be fucking
Otherwise,
sure.
all bets are off.
Goddamn right.
You understand?
He's a gangster. In the modern sense of the word and in the 20 years ago sense of the word. Are they really going to run with this whole thing about her fucking Junior? Because I just don't believe it, man. We saw what Junior was slamming. He was slamming something 30 years younger than her. I also mentioned at some point, probably got lost. I believe his back is psychosomatic, but I don't think it's because he's a snitch. I think he's just got a lot of shit. He's worried about his kids and shit, This is how you see if he's got a wire.
What the fuck you want? Doctor said heat's no good for me. I gotta avoid it. That's why I sit in the shade.
What the fuck you talking about? Heat is good for your back. Take your clothes
right, man.
off.
He's right, man.
Look, thanks for the thought. But get out of my fucking face.
You want to go? Let's go, motherfucker. What's up? Yeah, you better step back. This is a very nice effort, though, man. Very nice effort.
You did the pussy for like 30 large.
Yeah, I've been into pussy for 30 large. Oh, you mean, okay, you mean this. Okay, yeah. You mean the character. Gotcha.
Could this prick have the balls to try something like this?
I don't trust the cop,
Hey,
man.
we're talking about 30 grand here. You want to think about what me and you would do to remove that debt.
That's dark. Trust but verify. I'm with Reagan on this one.
What's a bordello?
It's a fancy name for a whorehouse.
Don't start.
That's
okay?
not helpful, Meadow.
It is.
Yeah, I know it is. I just don't like that talk.
Meadow is an
There's
animal,
light years
man.
behind the rest of the world. Most civilized countries have legalized prostitution.
She's a fucking animal.
You see, out there, it's the 1990s. But in this house, it's 1954.
See, this is what I was saying a few episodes ago. They're
1990s,
definitely stuck 20 years.
1954.
Right.
So now and forever, I don't want to hear any more sex talk, okay?
You fucking prude. Look, I'm with him at the breakfast table. I mean, you had that conversation, in the fucking living room, mid-afternoon. It's not the beginning. You don't begin your day that way. You know what I'm saying? Really, dude? Really? I don't believe you. Oh, shit! Holy shit! God damn, I didn't expect that, man. I thought fucking Soprano was gonna whack his ass. I really did. I thought he was gonna end up being dirty and Soprano whack his ass. So now you don't fucking know what his motivation was. Shit. Now I don't know what the fuck to think. Because if he's gonna kill himself, he wouldn't be doing no elaborate stratagems like, we're talking about, making shit up about pussy. Fuck, man.
Hey, who wouldn't want to sleep with their shrink?
Yeah. We're back to this shit.
What does that mean? Mention anything about my guys to you?
They didn't like Paulie. They thought he was a psycho.
What about pussy?
He's dead. He didn't have a good thing to say about anybody, but did feel like he could trust you, Tony.
So he talks shit about you, but at the end of the day, he trusts
He
you.
said many times that at least with Tony Soprano, you know where you stand.
That's the truth, actually. That's the truth with any asshole. You know where you stand with them,
Anthony, he sold my house. The home my husband and I made.
What the fuck do you think was going to happen?
What else were they going to do with it?
Listen to the
You
man.
too.
Hey.
I said,
What are you talking about? Meetings?
don't think I'll ever see any of that money either.
This fucking
What
bitch,
meetings?
man.
Raymond, Larry, that sneak from Manhattan
Jesus
Johnny
Christ.
Sack? Johnny Sack was here?
with his mohair suits and his shoe lifts.
This fucking
Suits?
bitch, man.
Pleurisy?
This bitch right here,
More
man.
than once he was here? We'll see.
Now, wait a minute. I don't like that kind of talk.
Yeah, fucking right.
Now,
This is
just
exactly what
stop
you
it.
wanted,
It upsets
bitch.
me. I won't tell you anything anymore.
That bitch is true, Livia. You know what I mean, I'm the boss, for Christ's sake. If I
You ain't
don't
the
act,
boss of
if I don't
shit.
know-
What did I say
Oh,
now?
Jesus Christ. Crocodile tear ass bitch. I ain't buy it.
I suppose I should have just kept my mouth shut.
like
a mute.
Bitch. You bitch.
And then everybody would have been happy.
Yes, actually, we would have been fucking happy. God damn, I hate that motherfucker.
Hey, Jiggle, shoes out the door.
A meeting.
Dude,
But you won't have any teeth left to eat with if you don't get up with your ass and go shoes out the door.
I'm not advocating the violence, man. I'm just saying, when your father tells you to go see who's at the door, you fucking get your
You
ass
know
up
what it is,
and you
boy,
go
that
see who's
shit.
at the fucking door, man.
Who was coming
Period.
at dinner time? People can't.
That's all
call.
I'm saying.
What happened?
Long story. You got someplace in private we could talk?
Yeah, in the
He's
basement.
probably the motherfucker wearing the wire, man. Truth be told, right?
Good thinking. Missed your call and should have been a lawyer.
Please.
I think Tony doesn't
Enough
trust
people
him
like
any more
me.
than I do, man. I don't trust this son of a bitch.
So, what are you going to do about the Colombian money?
Why you asking, motherfucker? It's like, so, what are you gonna do about the Colombian money? That's why this motherfucker's acting, man.
The bills.
Like, what's up? What are you gonna do, Tony? You fucking sellout motherfucker.
It's Jimmy. It's fucking Jimmy.
What?
The Wire. It's fucking Jimmy.
Talking about?
I think so too.
You don't think Paulie jumped the gun?
Shut up. God forbid. God forbid. Don't talk like that.
He's got enough stress, man.
Get him on the phone.
Don't talk about that shit.
I haven't seen him since Paulie. I thought Silvio was coming.
You answer me like I'm Jesus Christ. If you fucking lie to me, make your mother die. I can't try the eyes.
God damn, dude. That's intense, man.
Did you fucking do it?
Thank God.
No.
Okay. Believe me, man. He fucking
Did you fucking do it?
I said no! I get your
Jesus,
fucking
man.
hands off.
How many times I gotta tell you no, dumbass?
Come on.
Jesus, man. Once is enough, man. Maybe twice. That was excessive as fuck.
He refused to take his clothes off.
Well, fuck. I don't know, man. Like, I'm conflicted. They present
Right.
good arguments on both sides, man.
It's fucking Jimmy.
I'm kind of thinking it's Jimmy, but damn, they may still pull a swerve on us at the last minute, man. Damn.
Junior said for me to tell you. He's decided. On that thing, he said we should look out of town for who's gonna do it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's your next motherfucking job, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a busy month. I'll see you, Mike.
Yeah,
All right.
Jesus, man.
I'll see you, Joe.
Junior's
Yeah, see
fucking
ya.
dead, then, and I'm here for it, man. Fuck that dude.
Something always comes up.
Well, then
a
don't
good
marry a
song.
gangster or whatever. Be boyfriends with
Hope it
gangsters.
means more
Whatever.
money, because I need...
You don't belittle a man like Junior Soprano.
Yeah,
He's old
fuck
school.
Junior Soprano. I'll say it to his
Don't
face.
joke about
Fuck him.
crap, and you definitely don't spill your guts out to a fucking shrink about business it isn't yours to talk about.
Tony Soprano sees a shrink?
Oh,
You
shit.
fucking
Now all
believe
this
that?
shit's coming out,
And to
man.
add insult,
Man, this is
you was
bad.
fucking
This is
stupid
very,
when I
very
married
bad.
you.
I can't wait to see this motherfucker get his comeuppance. Really? 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 Motherfuckers? This is how we gonna stop it? This is how we get into this shit? God damn. Fortunately, I'm doing at least one more and probably a bunch more. I'm going to at least try to finish the season out. Things are heating up, man. There's shit coming from all... Shit is flying from all fucking directions, man. And I tell you what, too, by the way. I was paranoidly checking the timer on this fucking video, like, literally once a minute. Because that shit really pissed me off. Like, this... Going back to my writing days, one time, early on, probably my third novel, I was writing them by hand back then. You know, this is a long time ago. And I had about 100 handwritten pages. And I was in college at the time. And so I'd sit there at lunchtime and I'd write these little handwritten pages, you know, at the big tables and shit, eat your lunch, and then sit out there for a while till the next class starts and write some shit. And one time I just fucking left it was like a little manila envelope that I kept all these pages in. I thought I'd put it back in my bag and I didn't. So I left it there. And I went into a fucking class, and about 20 minutes into the class, I was like, wait a minute, did I put that shit in my bag? I checked my bag, and I was doing really bad in the class, so I was sitting there thinking, damn, do I want to fucking just... Because if I'd left, he would have fucking... You know, he'd have marked me down. Like, you know, because the dude, like, I had a real attitude problem with this teacher. And it wasn't doing well. I'd been a smart ass a couple of times, and, you know, shit, I just couldn't afford... I would end up... Basically, if I had left, there was a chance I'd end up having to retake the class. So I was doing the math in my head. Do I want to take a chance? Do I want to fucking wait out this class, go back and get my manuscript? It's a public place. It should be fine. Nobody's stealing a fucking envelope. You know, the janitor might throw it away or something. Or do I just fucking leave now and I have a better chance of getting it? But what if it's already gone? You know, I was doing all this math in my head, so I finally said, fuck it. I'll just wait till after class. So wait till after class, go back there, and it's fucking gone. I emptied out the fucking trash cans that were nearby. It wasn't in there. It was just fucking gone. There's no reason for anybody to steal a goddamn fucking manuscript, right? It was just gone, you know? And in my mind, that has become the best thing I've ever written in my life. I tried to rewrite it, and I fucking... The point being, I hate duplicating work. When I've done something like editing, too, like the program crashes, and I lose 10 minutes of editing, it really fucking pisses me off, man. I hate doing work twice. I don't mind doing work once. I'll do work once all fucking day and night, and then the next day too, right? Like, I don't give a shit. Doing it again a second time for some reason, that's a massive pet peeve for me. It really fucking pisses me off. Nothing to do with the episode, just, you know, a little bit about me, you know. But anyway, yeah, it's a great episode. Can't wait to check out the next one, which I'm going to be doing right now.